What is up, everybody? On this half of the screen would be Daniel. This half of the screen over here is Clint. Georgia took care of business today. Alabama peed down their leg. So let's talk about all of that today on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast.
I can't wait. It's going to be exciting, Daniel.
It's going to be fantastic. It's right up here. The thing you're looking for, the video, it's right there.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Look, it's not.
No, we're back.
It's not. It's just two guys drinking whiskey, watching college football. And maybe the video is hard to find.
No, the video is going to be fine. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah. We're here. I know where it's at now. Intern Mykel is up in the Pacific Northwest.
Nobody knows what he's doing. Cheering on the Braves.
Cheering on the Braves.
Yeah, whatever.
Segment 1, Georgia and why we're the best. Segment 2, Georgia and why we're the best.
We're the best.
Segment 3, Alabama and why
we're the best.
Why we're the best, and you're not any longer.
Okay.
And I'm going to come for a Locked On host at the end of segment 3, just so you're fully.
Sounds like you're going to come at the beginning of segment 1 for him. If we're going to be totally honest.
I'm here for y'all.
Okay.
But let's talk about this game. We took care of business. It wasn't the most exciting game in the entire world. Samford didn't have any choice whatsoever to do anything. Yeah. We got to do what we wanted. The playbook was pretty vanilla.
Yeah.
We were at one point, I think, had 10 true freshmen on the field on defense.
Yeah.
So that's the type of game it was. It wasn't the 50 burger that we thought it was going to be. I predicted 55. Daniel predicted 52. It wasn't that. No. But let's talk about a couple of guys that stood out, Daniel.
Yeah. I thought on offense, Stetson played really poorly. I mean,
this isn't a segment. He's being sincere right now.
I thought Stetson played really poorly on offense, but I did think that Kendall Milton looked a ton better.
He's healthier.
I want to start with him. He was clearly not 100% last week, but he's clearly getting back there. He's a big component to this offense, Clint. We need him moving forward. He offers something that the other two guys just don't offer, and so I really like him.
Yep.
I love the way that he played. I thought Darnell looked absolutely fantastic today. I thought the offensive line played pretty well. I thought generally they played much better. At times, it's against Samford, so you can't really, but the holes in the running game were there. I know Kirby wanted to run the ball in this game. And so several players stood out to me on offense, but, I mean, I think it's this defense, Clint, is really the story of the game because it's Samford. Right? It's Samford. We know that.
I understand that.
It's an FCS team.
It's kind of like if we played Furman, maybe, Daniel.
And, oh no. It's kind of like if we played
Appalachian State.
Appalachian State. Oh, no. Look, I know that it's Samford, but so far this year, the defense has given up 3 total points. And it has not looked particularly stressed at any moment of any game whatsoever. That's the story to me coming out of this.
This defense rotated fools all up and down. We told you a hockey line rotation was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And it's happening at inside linebacker, at defensive end, the whole entire defensive line. Secondary is a little bit more settled, and that's not surprising because this secondary is the strength, is the best unit on this team. I'm here to tell you right now, Malachi Starks is going to end up being one of the best safeties at Georgia ever.
I looked over today, and Clint's on his phone over there. He's on the UGA bookstore website ordering a 24 jersey.
24 is going to be inked somewhere on my arm at some point in my life.
You can't stop it at this point.
You can't.
It's happening.
Christopher Smith loves to hit.
He does.
And
he likes it a lot.
And he's really good at it.
Kamari Laster, first of all, clearly has locked down that second corner spot.
He's the other corner.
Nyland Green got some run today, and it was good for him to get some run today. But Kamari Laster has clearly secured that spot. Yeah. And I love the way he plays. He's incredibly physical. He seems to be in position. I really like the way that he plays. And we saw a little bit more of Tyke Smith. There's some names this week that we didn't see as much of last week, which, again, speaks to the health and the continued – this defense is just getting more and more guys, Clint. More. There's more of them. And they're all really good.
Mykel Williams.
Oh, him.
Let's talk about him.
Let's talk about that.
I made the comment to Daniel mid-game because the commentators made the comment that Mykel Williams is analogous to Trayvon Walker.
Sure.
And I said, that's actually a really stupid comp.
Poor.
It's bad. You know why?
Tell us why.
Because Mykel Williams is better than Trayvon was at his age. He's more of a technician.
And if you don't dispute that, first of all, he said at his age, as a freshman, watch the tape. It's not even remotely close.
It's not debatable.
Trayvon Walker just texted Clint and told him he agrees.
He knows.
He knows.
We're on a first name basis.
Yeah.
Trey and I, we go back. Mykel Williams is a dude. He's here to be a dude.
Yep.
And he may – we don't have a lot of sacks on this team. Again, don't be worried about that because we're just wrecking fools.
Not worried about it.
He may end up second on the team in sacks.
You don't have to sack Bryce Young to make him make really bad decisions. I'm sorry, is it the third segment?
Not the third segment yet, Daniel.
Not
the third segment yet.
In the weeds. Let's talk about Built Bar.
Let's talk about Built Bar. Built Bar is fantastic. Daniel and I love Built Bar. We are always there for more Built Bar. Hint, hint, Built Bar. Send us more. The puffs, the flavors, the fruit and the chocolate and the
little coconut, little marshmallow. They got some crunchy ones with nice like crisp rice in there. The dark chocolate, the fruit flavors. There's an orange cream one. I mean, like you can't. What have I said so far that you don't enjoy? There's
nothing.
No, there's nothing.
There's nothing.
Built Bar is the tastiest protein bar on planet Earth, and they are Clint and I's favorite meal replacement on the go, pre-workout, post-workout, whatever you need. Built Bar has got it right now. If you enter the promo code LOCKEDON15, you get 15% off your first order. That's 15% off your first order of Built Bars, no matter how many boxes you order. So that's 1, 2, 7, 12, 50 boxes. Whatever you need. LOCKEDON15 is the promo code. BuiltBar.com is the website. And they are the tastiest protein bar on planet Earth, just like Georgia is the best football team on planet Earth.
Let's talk more about that, Daniel, because the best team on planet Earth in college football is Georgia.
Yes.
And let's go back to the offense. And I saw more. Today or this week was assurance week for me, Daniel.
You just needed to needed a little insurance or assurance?
Assurance.
Okay.
Assurance.
Just one insurance.
Just the one.
Okay.
I needed the one insurance.
Weird. Wordsmithing, guys. This is what you get.
I needed to confirm who I thought this team was. And here's what I confirmed.
Okay.
Hot take. Darnell Washington.
Uh-oh.
Might be the best tight end on this team.
We'll see you later. We'll see you later, folks.
Well, this has been good. Glad you've been
locked. We've been locked on Bulldogs. He might be the most productive tight end on this team. I'll give you that.
That's a better way of saying
it. That.
He is beyond productive. He's a dude. He's a matchup problem. He demands 2 every single time. When Brock's on the field, Brock is demanding 2, and it leaves other guys open. We saw AD get off the field early in this game,
not care for that.
Which he's fine.
Everything is fine.
He's fine.
Why don't you all calm down? He's fine.
We're not freaking out.
Alabama fans, calm down. He's fine. If our best receiver's out, we're going to be fine.
It's not segment 3.
We're going to be
It's
Alabama
not
fans
segment 3.
We'll be fine if our best receiver's out.
Did Burton? I mean, it's really hard to replace somebody who
you're talking
led
about Jermaine Burton. Is it segment 3?
Okay, all right. It's segment 3. Look, Big O is the most productive tight end on this team. He's an absolute beast. Kenny McIntosh is a dude.
Yep.
And he is the most productive receiver we have on this team.
Yep.
And you heard me correctly.
Mm-hmm.
He's a freak. He, when utilized correctly, and Monk assured me he knows how to use him correctly.
Oh, 100%.
So that's fine. He knows how to use Big O. This O-line is looking good. Our wide receivers, we got young cats stepping up all over the place. Daniel, I was assured that our offense, when we're operating with all of our operators, no one can stop us in college football.
Nope. And let me just get to that because it's not all sunshine and rainbows for the Georgia offense.
No, it's not.
We got a lot of comments last week as we were effusive in our praise of the Georgia offense that it's one game. There weren't a ton of big explosives down the field. Georgia had to dump it off to underneath receivers a lot. Guys were running wide open, blah, blah, blah. And you did see some of that. And to me, the most concerning thing, if you're going to be concerned, if you're going to be a Georgia fan, and you know Kirby Smart is. Like, Kirby Smart.
He's already said you can't win games kicking field goals.
He
wants
happy.
the tugs.
No, he's not happy.
He's not pleased with today's performance.
So if you're going to be concerned, here's what you're concerned about, is that Georgia has found themselves to be a pretty darn good third down team. Although they were not great on third down today. They were great on third down against Oregon. The problem is we're on third down a lot.
We get there.
It's 3rd and 3 a lot for Georgia, and you saw that again today. And so if you're 3rd and 3 a lot,
it's indicative.
It means you're not generating big chunks in the offense, and you throw the dice enough times, and eventually it's going to come up snake eyes. You're going to get bit. The ball's going to bounce off somebody's hands. Stetson overthrew a lot of receivers today. There were a couple plays that just didn't get made. Sanford made some pretty decent defensive plays.
They got a couple dudes that can pop at linebacker, just so you all realize.
100%. So if you're the Georgia offense and you're looking for a reason to be concerned, which I know Kirby and Todd Monken and a lot of you fans are looking for a reason to be concerned, it is the necessity that this offense has shown so far to methodically go down the field, and that's not always the best recipe for success. We got to get more explosive in the offense, 100%. Stetson has to be more accurate on some of those throws. He's got to put it on people's bodies so they can run after the catch and not have to be jumping in the air to catch a lot of those passes. And, it's Sanford. It's coming off of a number 11 team in the country that you absolutely annihilated. You hate to see a team come out flat, but you understand Georgia came out a little flat today and won 33-0, by the way. Some other teams in college football came out a little flat today, and they did not win 33-0. But you like to see Georgia not do that. They did that. There are certainly many things that need to get cleaned up there. There's not too many more weeks to do that before the schedule really escalates quickly. And Georgia is going to need to be firing on all. Now, look, Georgia doesn't need to score 42 a game to beat anyone.
Anybody.
Because no one is going to score 35 on this Georgia team.
No, sir.
No, that's not a thing that's going to happen. But you do need the Georgia offense to kind of pick things up. All right. We're going to come back, segment 3, and Alabama fan? Are you here? Are you here today?
We got some words.
Okay. Great win, first of all, Alabama fan.
We
want to congratulate you.
From the clutches of defeat. Let us stand, shall we?
What a great win by Alabama. They came out here as a 21-point favorite, and they defecated all over themselves, and then, soiled with their own feces, they still found a way to get this win, Clint.
I don't know how to describe to you the joy I felt when I know that I know that I know Nick Saban has a 50-50 chance of not remembering what city he's in any longer.
Guys, he's over the hill. How many times do I have to tell you? He's never won a championship in his 70s. He's never going to win a championship in his 70s. And if he doesn't quickly retire, we said today, he going to die over there on this. He looked like he was propped up over on the sideline like a scarecrow.
He was waddling. He had more movement left to right than he did forward and back.
That was a sway. That was not a movement. The wind blew.
No. Okay. So that's point 1. Point 2, the Heisman winning, which, by the way, Joe Klatt, go somewhere else. Johnson, go somewhere.
Johnson.
Gus Johnson over here.
Heisman.
The Heisman winner. I get it. He won the Heisman. I understand. He did a thing.
Do you know what else he did?
He was bad all game. When you put a defender right in his helmet,
yes,
and he's coming. The defender is coming at the ball carrier.
That's called pressure on the quarterback.
Thank you.
Okay.
What happens to Bryce Young when that goes down.
He just hucks the ball down the field, and sometimes Keely Ringo catches it, runs it back for a touchdown.
He overthrew. You want to talk about Stet overcooking some balls. Bryce Young was throwing for his life. Overthrows galore.
Now, a couple of questions. Okay. Number one, how many wide receivers did Alabama have injured in this game?
They had all the wide receivers and their top tight end back who was injured week 1.
Oh, but how many of last year's wide receivers did Alabama have playing in this game?
How many of they had one who played last year on a different team.
Oh, but I was told all these transfers were sure things.
Yes.
So they just went out and got transfers from Vanderbilt and Georgia Tech, and these were sure things, I was told.
The left tackle for Bama.
These are offensive miracles that are
juggernauts. Just owning the recruiting trail and now owning the portal. The portal failed pretty miserably.
Now, wait. How many key injuries did Texas suffer?
Texas literally went from what looks to be, and Daniel and I will have thoughts on this later. This is not the time for it. Just a little quick sneak peek. Texas is more scary than most SEC teams.
Yeah, if you're a person that wants to beat your SEC chest and say, Texas, Oklahoma, come on over, you're not going to get any wins. I don't think you realize that Steve Sarkisian and Gary Patterson are not scared of you. Like,
they don't care.
Those two guys together, Quinn Ewers looked like he was going to put Arch Manning on the bench for 3 years.
Arch Manning may not play. Arch Manning's going to transfer out of Texas.
But I said that already. I mean, like, we are deep into
I'm repeating what we've already said.
Quinn Ewers goes down, and you think Alabama is, or they've caught another super lucky Alabama break. And then pass interference after pass interference in the end zone goes uncalled, and you think, oh, well, the refs are trying to hand them this game. And still, Texas kicks a field goal to take the lead with a minute and a half left to go in the game. And Bryce Young, the Heisman Trophy winner,
of course,
gets them down the field to kick a field goal to win by 1. Still can't put his team in the end zone.
And Bama fan, you were commenting about how the heat wasn't going to be a problem. Going on the road, Nick Saban is fantastic.
It's Nick Saban.
It's Nick freaking Saban.
No, but he's near dead.
Oh, I know that.
Oh, they don't know that. I'm telling you, he's near dead.
So I was told that all you Bama fans, heat wasn't going to be a problem. Traveling wasn't going to be a problem. He's great on the road in non-conference games. He always wins these things. So if those weren't the problem, then what was the problem? If injuries weren't the problem and you got all the transfers back, then what was the problem? If having Bryce Young at quarterback is not the problem because he's a Heisman winner, then what was the problem?
What about Will Anderson? He made a big impact on the game.
Big impact. He had one good play where he went unblocked from a missed assignment, and then he had a 15-yard unnecessary roughness and three offsides. So 4 penalties.
30 yards of penalties.
30 yards of penalties, and one play in which he stopped the defender for a tackle for loss. Bama fan, you know it and I know it. Yeah. I was told on this network when I said Georgia's standard is now
Locked on Bama. Give them a follow.
Go talk to them. They told me they are the standard. We're not the standard. Try to repeat before you're the standard, because our standard is to go win. Every loss is a tragedy to us, and Georgia's not there yet.
I mean, that's every loss may be a tragedy. That's fine. I'm here to tell you there's a couple tragedies coming this year. You got a couple tragedies on the horizon. I see them.
If my betting book knows anything, we're going to have some more locks coming up against Bama, because
a lot of tragedies.
If you don't think going to Tennessee and going to Arkansas is going to be an issue for this team,
last year's a rebuilding year. This is the best, deepest, most talented, most loaded Alabama team
ever
we have ever seen. And they're saying that with Jermaine Burton as their wide receiver 1. Bama fans,
1 catch, 2
let
yards.
me offer you Ladd McConkey for Jermaine Burton in a trade.
Nope.
And then see if you won't take him. Because again, you will.
Again, all Georgia fan, you give us Nick for Kirby, we say no, you keep Nick, we'll take Kirby. Yeah. You give us Jermaine for Ladd, we will tell you no.
And he's not our best receiver, Ladd. He's not our best receiver. But we wouldn't dare trade him for Jermaine Dropsy McGee Burton.
Now, Burton left because of Ladd.
That's true. 100% true.
Yeah.
and Nick Saban's going to leave because Social Security.
Well, there is I think Alabama has mandated retirement for state employees at a certain level.
Okay.
So
that'll be fine.
That'll be fine.
That'll be good.
Come back. This is our instant reaction. Come back on Tuesday. We're going to have more as we prepare up for next week. But this Georgia team gives us all the feels.
It's good. It's good.
This has been Locked On Bulldogs. We will see you guys next week.
See ya.